practical. They definitely did something with his height because he looked massive in this. Why, hello there YouTube and welcome back to 31. So we're on day 4 now and it is our 4th day of Guillermo del Toro week, and for today's review I'm reviewing Hellboy. Yes, based on the Dark Horse comics of the same name, and this is directed by Guillermo del Toro and I believe was meant to be the first of a planned trilogy that did not happen, but in this we follow the Professor Trevor, the Professor Trevor Butterholm, or Broom as he's known, where during 1944 in World War II they discover these Nazis. Him and a group discover these Nazis are hatching a device that would open a dimension to a portal to another dimension, and they stop them by doing that. And Gregory Rasputin is involved in it too. And then, of course, they stop them, but they find a little creature came out. A little devilish monster with a big stone-like hand. Hellboy, that he calls him. The professor calls him, and brings him up and raises him. Then we jump to the present, 60 years later, where Rasputin is resurrected and plans to resume this whole thing with the portal again to unleash, well, bad things. And of course Hellboy and his team and his gang all come together to stop him and to save the day, all in time. And yeah, so that is mainly the main story. So what did I like about this one? Well, first of all, when I saw this I was unaware that this was comic books, but at the beginning of the film we kind of get a montage, like a whole reference to the comics, and that in this movie universe he is still a comic book character but is seen as one of those urban legends because he's part of an institution that fights the paranormal. Also we get him played by Ron Perlman, who I like how he plays Hellboy. He delivers some comic relief, and he's not, he doesn't take it too seriously. He's like tough and badass, but he has fun with it. I like the fun, laid-back humour that he delivers as Hellboy, and that big hand of his is cool as well, and it's all part of a key as well, a mechanism. He also files his horns down as well, which I thought, oh, doesn't he have big horns? But well, we do see that later on in the film, but he files them down. But yeah, I like Ron Perlman's performance. I also like the makeup effects they have on there. Whether it was CGI or practical, they definitely did something with his height, because he looked massive in this. But I thought, hey, he looked cool in it anyway, and I liked his laid-back humour, especially how he constantly gets into a brawl with one of these creatures and calls it Stinky. Yeah, he's funny as Hellboy. I also like Selma Blair as Liz Sharman. She was like a medium woman and also a love interest of Hellboy as well. And also we got Doug Jones in this one, playing Abe this time, or Abraham, the fish-like gill person. And he made a good sidekick to Hellboy, which I liked as well. Well, like I say, I've mentioned those two throughout the week with Guillermo del Toro's movies, and this is one where they're both in it together. I also thought John Hurt was good in this as the Professor Broom, or well, he also had another actor play his younger counterpart in the flashbacks at the beginning. But yeah, I thought John Hurt did a good performance in this, playing a wise old gentleman as always in his later years of acting. But of course, we all know John Hurt from many stuff like The Naked Civil Servant, Alien, 1984, V for Vendetta. He's a big actor. He was a big actor. He's been in a lot of stuff, but of course he's sadly no longer with us. We also see Rasputin played by Carol Roden. And in the Hellboy comics, Rasputin is a villain as well as a real historical character, historical person. The real Rasputin, they believed he was into the black arts and stuff. Could have been just a crazy guy, who knows? But yeah, I thought he was a good antagonist. We also had like his two minions, which were called I'm going to butcher their names, but I'm going to try and pronounce them. Huppenstein and Crayano or something, who were immortal and stuff. But yeah, I thought this was a good action flick, and some good supernatural elements in there, some horror elements, some, like I say, visual stunning, and the works of Guillermo del Toro put in there. I think he did a great job directing this and co-wrote it too. Obviously he had a love for these, comics, and also, a couple of years later we got the sequel, Hellboy 2: The Golden Army. But we never did quite get that third Hellboy movie with him, did we? We did get a third Hellboy movie with David Harbour, which was a reboot, and then we got Hellboy: The Crooked Man, which I don't know nothing about. I just know that it was made and exists. But you never know. We could possibly, hopefully, one day maybe get a Hellboy 3 that we always wanted. But as the years go on, it seems more and more less likely because Ron Perlman's like 75 now, and Doug Jones is like 65, and John Hurt is, sadly no longer with us, but yeah, sadly I think it's a trilogy that was never completed. I didn't think Hellboy 2 was as good as the first movie, but it was still a good movie. I mean, my dad, he didn't like that at all, the second one, but he did like the first one that I'm reviewing. Yeah, they do a lot in this, action-wise and stuff, and and it's PG-13. It's a 15. Usually Hellboy, I think, is like R-rated. The reboot with David Harbour was R-rated, but I think this worked. With the PG-13, maybe they could have done it as a 15 and got the swearing and that in. But like I say, Ron Perlman did a good job playing Hellboy, and delivering some funny one-liners and stuff. We even get another guy in there, Tom Manning. In Hellboy. Tom Manning, who's another character played by Jeffrey Tuber. We even get another guy, John Mayer, in this, played by Rupert Evans, who also joins the gang. It's a fun flick. It's a good. How long was it on for? Yeah, a good 2 hours. I thought it'd be 2 hours. A good 2 hours. That I didn't find were a waste. And 21 years later, I still think this is the best out of them all. This one and Hellboy 2. So, yeah, I guess I thought there was maybe some darkish moments or something. I don't know. I like this one. I thought, it was a good one. And what am I going to rate this? I will give it... You know what? I will give Hellboy a 5 out of 5. 5 stabs out of 5 for Hellboy. So there you go. There's my review for today. Have you seen this one? Let me know what you think down below in the comments. And if you like this video, be sure to give it a big thumbs up and to share with your friends. And I'll see you tomorrow for our final day of Guillermo del Toro week. I know it's a bit short than usual. It's not the 7-day week, given how October has started this year. But I'm giving you one more review on a Guillermo del Toro picture before we go to our next theme, which I'll also give a little preview. Well, I'll do little previews this year of the themes as what we got to come. But anyway, yeah, I'll see you tomorrow. So until next time, don't have nightmares.